Welcome back to XRP Economic Radar, your trusted source for the latest developments in the world of XRP, blockchain innovation, and digital finance. Today, we are looking at a major series of announcements that could shape the future of the XRP ledger and redefine XRP's role within Ripple's growing ecosystem. Over the past week, Ripple found itself at the center of three important developments involving artificial intelligence, cross-border payments, and stablecoins. At first glance, these announcements may seem like separate stories, but together they paint a much bigger picture. They reveal how Ripple is positioning the XRP ledger as a foundation for next-generation financial infrastructure, while also showing how XRP itself is evolving within that system. The big question investors are asking is simple. If stablecoins are doing more of the work, where does XRP fit in? The answer is more nuanced than many headlines suggest, and today we are breaking it all down in a clear and straightforward way. One of the most significant developments came from Mastercard, which officially launched a new payment network designed specifically for AI agents. These AI agents are software programs capable of making decisions, completing tasks, and even spending money on behalf of individuals or businesses. As artificial intelligence becomes more advanced, experts expect these agents to handle everything from purchasing cloud computing resources to paying invoices and managing digital services automatically. Mastercard believes this emerging economy needs its own payment infrastructure, and that is exactly what its new Agent Pay for Machines network is designed to provide. The system enables software-to-software transactions to happen continuously, securely, and at machine speed. Some of these payments may be worth only fractions of a cent, while others could involve much larger commercial transactions. To support this vision, Mastercard created a network that gives AI agents verified identities, enforces spending controls, and allows transactions to settle through multiple financial rails. What makes this especially interesting for the XRP community is that Ripple was selected as one of the launch partners for this initiative. Ripple contributed the XRP Ledger, as well as RLUSD, its regulated U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin. According to Ripple executives, the XRP Ledger offers several characteristics that make it attractive for enterprise-grade AI payments. Transactions settle within seconds, fees remain predictable, compliance rules can be programmed directly into workflows, and every action creates a transparent audit trail. These are exactly the kinds of features large organizations want before allowing autonomous software systems to move money on their behalf. The partnership also demonstrates growing confidence in Ripple's technology from some of the largest financial institutions in the world. As AI-driven commerce expands, Ripple now has an opportunity to become part of the infrastructure supporting that growth, potentially exposing the XRP ledger to entirely new categories of payment activity. However, there is an important detail that investors should understand. While Ripple and the XRP ledger are participating in Mastercard's AI payment ecosystem, XRP itself is not the primary settlement asset within the system. Mastercard designed the network to support multiple settlement options, including cards, bank accounts, and stablecoins. Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin is part of that framework, but XRP is not specifically required for transactions. In fact, Ripple is not the only blockchain partner involved. Other major blockchain networks, including Solana and Polygon, were also selected as launch partners. Mastercard intentionally built its system to remain flexible and allow members to choose the rails that best fit their needs. That means Ripple earned a valuable seat at the table, but it also means XRP is competing within a broader ecosystem rather than serving as the exclusive settlement mechanism. For investors expecting immediate direct XRP adoption from the Mastercard announcement, that distinction is important. At the same time, Ripple announced another major initiative that focuses on one of the largest remittance corridors in the world: payments between the United States and Mexico. Every year, tens of billions of dollars move between these two countries, largely driven by workers sending money to family members back home. Historically, these transfers have relied on correspondent banking systems involving multiple intermediaries, lengthy settlement times, and additional costs. Ripple and Bitso now want to modernize that process using blockchain technology. Their solution revolves around MXNB, a regulated Mexican peso-backed stablecoin that will be issued directly on the XRP ledger. The plan is to pair MXNB with RLUSD through the XRP ledger's permissioned decentralized exchange, creating a regulated on-chain environment where verified institutions can exchange value efficiently between dollars and pesos without relying on traditional banking infrastructure. This announcement is especially noteworthy because the U.S. Mexico remittance corridor played a major role in XRP's earlier success story. Years ago, Ripple promoted its on-demand liquidity solution as a way to eliminate pre-funded accounts and speed up international payments. XRP served as the bridge asset connecting dollars and pesos, helping move money across borders more efficiently. Bitso was one of Ripple's most important partners during that period, and at one point the company reportedly processed a significant share of U.S. Mexico remittance flows using XRP-based infrastructure. Today, however, the design looks different. Instead of using XRP as the mandatory bridge currency, the new system primarily relies on RLUSD and MXNB stablecoins. The same corridor remains important, the same partnership remains active, and the same ledger provides the infrastructure, but the actual assets moving through the system have changed substantially. For some XRP supporters, this shift may initially sound concerning. After all, if stablecoins are handling the movement of value, does XRP become less relevant? The reality is more complex. Ripple's recent strategy suggests the company is focusing heavily on enterprise adoption, regulatory clarity, and practical utility. Stablecoins provide price stability that many institutions prefer when moving large amounts of money. Businesses often want predictable values rather than exposure to market volatility during transactions. As a result, stablecoins are becoming increasingly important within Ripple's ecosystem. Yet this does not automatically eliminate XRP's role. Instead, it changes how XRP may generate value within the network. Rather than being the required bridge asset for every transaction, XRP increasingly functions as a liquidity asset that competes to facilitate conversions and routing within the ledger's broader marketplace. That evolving role became even clearer when Ripple unveiled its new XRPL AI starter kit. Released on the same day as the Mastercard announcement, the toolkit is designed to help developers build applications where AI agents can send and receive payments autonomously. Unlike some of the week's other announcements, XRP is directly integrated into this initiative from the very beginning. The toolkit enables AI agents to purchase services such as data feeds, computing resources, and AI processing capabilities using either XRP or RLUSD. This is a significant development because it creates a practical framework where autonomous software systems can transact directly on the XRP ledger. As AI adoption accelerates across industries, Ripple is attempting to position XRP and the XRP ledger at the center of a potentially massive new machine-to-machine economy. The technology supporting these payments is based on an open standard known as X402, which has attracted support from major industry participants. Ripple partner T54 integrated the XRP ledger into this framework, making it possible for AI agents to utilize XRP as a payment asset. One particularly interesting feature is the ledger's ability to convert between RLUSD and XRP in a matter of seconds without leaving the blockchain environment. This means an AI agent could receive payment in one asset and settle obligations in another almost instantly. From a technical perspective, this flexibility is powerful because it allows participants to choose the asset that best meets their needs while still benefiting from the efficiency of the XRP ledger. It also demonstrates how XRP remains deeply embedded in the network's architecture, even as stablecoins gain prominence. When you connect all three announcements together, a broader pattern starts to emerge. Ripple appears to be building an ecosystem where stablecoins, AI payments, institutional settlement, and cross-border transfers all operate on the XRP ledger. In that environment, XRP's value proposition shifts from being mandatory infrastructure to becoming a competitive liquidity asset within a much larger financial marketplace. Every time assets need to be exchanged, routed, or converted, XRP has an opportunity to participate if it provides the most efficient path. The ledger's built-in exchange can route transactions through XRP whenever doing so reduces cost or improves execution. As more volume enters the network through stablecoins like RLUSD and MXNB, the number of potential routing opportunities may increase significantly. That means future demand for XRP could become increasingly linked to actual transaction flows and liquidity needs rather than simply partnership announcements. At the same time, it is important to remain realistic about where things stand today. The XRPL AI starter kit represents infrastructure rather than immediate adoption. Developers now have tools that allow AI agents to transact using XRP, but large-scale commercial usage has not yet arrived. Similarly, the stablecoin initiatives create new pathways for value transfer, but the long-term transaction volumes remain unknown. Ripple has successfully built the roads, but traffic still needs to arrive. Investors should pay close attention to measurable data over the coming months, including transaction counts, liquidity volumes, decentralized exchange activity, and routing statistics. Unlike many past blockchain announcements that relied heavily on speculation, these new systems could eventually generate transparent on-chain metrics that anyone can verify. Those numbers may provide the clearest indication of whether XRP is gaining meaningful utility within Ripple's evolving ecosystem. Ultimately, this week's developments suggest that XRP's role is not disappearing, it is transforming. Ripple is expanding beyond its original vision of using XRP as the exclusive bridge asset for cross-border payments. Instead, the company is building a broader financial network where stablecoins, AI agents, institutions, and digital assets interact on a shared infrastructure powered by the XRP Ledger. In this new environment, XRP succeeds not because it is required, but because it earns its place through liquidity, efficiency, and market-driven demand. Whether that evolution proves more valuable than the previous model remains one of the most important questions facing XRP investors today. What is clear is that Ripple continues to secure partnerships, launch products, and expand real-world utility for its blockchain technology. The coming months will reveal whether those efforts translate into sustained activity and growing demand for XRP itself. That wraps up today's update from XRP Economic Radar. If you want more breaking news, market insights, and the latest XRP developments as they happen, make sure to subscribe to XRP Economic Radar, like this video, share it with fellow XRP supporters, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on Ripple's latest AI and payment initiatives. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next update.